How old are you now?
23. Now I have like a team of 10, 15 freelancers that I hire for each specific project.
What's the one video editing tool you cannot live without?
We are living in opportunity in time that you can have no followers. You post a video on TikTok and it goes viral.
If you watch maybe for, I don't know, 4, 5 videos, one of these videos were AI generated.
You can have a business with one video, you know, it's crazy to think about that.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Pro Business Talks, the podcast where we explore entrepreneurship, innovation, and the power of creativity in business. I am Miguel, your favorite Chief Artificial Intelligence Officer from Brazil, directly here from Lisbon. And today we will have a special guest. Jota Ferreira is the founder of Contentizy.com. He is a young entrepreneur making waves in the video production and content creation space. We will talk about why young people decide to start business, how living abroad and working abroad shapes his entrepreneurial mindset. Before we start, make sure that you subscribe to our channel and like this video, and also comment below what you think about it. Okay, beleza? So, Jota, you did something very different from me. I did my university in Rio de Janeiro. Then I started as an intern in a bank, not a big, but in a bank. This banking was growing and I was growing and I was hired. I finished my university, was hired, and I spent there 5 years. We were sold to JP Morgan, one of the, I think it's the biggest company in the world, number of employees. I worked there for more 2 years, and then I decided, okay, this is enough, and now I want a different way of living, something like that. And you are like, since the beginning, why you have this interest in starting a business first of everything?
Good question, Miguel. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. I really appreciate. I'm really excited to talk about business, especially young entrepreneurship. I think it's a topic we can talk about and share some strategies to help people watching this episode. And especially your question about why I started, I think maybe for me it's so young, but nowadays we compare on social media, you have like children starting entrepreneurship, so
but it's not the majority. I mean, the exceptions.
Yeah, it's just like some people that we compare ourselves, but is like 1% maybe of. But it's interesting what you said, because I never thought I was going to be an entrepreneur. To be honest, I'm not this traditional entrepreneur mindset like people always talking about on social media, because I started also as a trainee on a company, and
so you had some experience.
Yeah, I had some experience, and I thought, okay, I want to.
How much time you were there?
1 year and a half.
Okay.
And then I realized, okay, I always knew I want to help people and bring value to people, but I realized with entrepreneurship I can scale that, you know.
Let me ask you
go ahead.
A question before
perfect.
that. How old are you now?
23.
23.
Yeah.
And you're saying I never think that I would be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
When you started to think what I will be, do you remember when it happens?
Interesting question. I don't know if I ever thought, okay, I want to be this or that. I always knew I want to create things. I want to create videos. I want to help people. I want to bring value to people. The only way I knew before was to start as an employee, a trainee. And then I realized, okay, I can do the same thing as I'm doing here, but I can do it to different business owners and scale that, you know, with entrepreneurship.
It was like 16, 15.
Yeah. Like 16 years old, I took, I don't know, a course in New York about cinema. And then I realized, okay, I can impact people through filmmaking, through videos. And that time I realized, okay, I want to do that. And then I came to Portugal. We can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. But I realized, okay, I can use these films to marketing, to entrepreneurship, to help people, business owners, especially to create content, to sell their services, their products. And that was the way, but was naturally. I think I am still young, but it was not like I want to be an entrepreneurship. It was a natural process,
Yeah, I was asking that because I have a son, 7 years old son.
Okay.
In some point,
yeah,
probably at this age, there is a change in the way that we see money.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Because right now he don't do things because he wants money. It does not make any difference. He can, do better or worse, and does not make any difference.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when we are teenagers, we have this desire to have our own money, to do the things that we want, and that we will decide.
Yeah.
And also this pressure to I need to leave home, and
True.
And yeah, so this is like the description of of the system that are the same system since I was your age, and but I think it's changing because the number of young entrepreneurs are becoming
growing a lot.
Are growing. What are the biggest challenges that you faced, and how do you overcome them?
Good question.
As a young entrepreneur, how was your biggest challenges and how you deal with them?
I would say, of course, if you don't follow the traditional path of a conventional path, I think you receive sometimes criticisms, like people talking, it's too risky, it's difficult, and you can like doubt yourself about truly following what you want to create, what you love. So I question myself a lot of times about that, if it's the truly thing that I want to do. And I always say yes and continue. But I think the most challenging part...
But you are editing a video and thinking at the same time, I want to do this or not. That's how it works?
No. It's more about, okay, I want to have a job that I can edit to this video and I know what's going to happen. Or I want to edit to this video and like risk to find new clients and take all the risk for myself. Or I want to like, and I think it's a balance. You can find different ways, different paths to go. But I'm falling in love in the path that I take the risk, I take the accountability, and I go for the entrepreneurship way.
Yeah. It's interesting what you are saying because when you start with a startup, so it can be a consulting company, but it's a startup, a company that was started. And then you do this like everything, like operational and sales, basically the two big.
Exactly.
So one important step for VCs, for example, or for exit strategies to measure the level of maturity of this startup is when you can the founder can delegate operation and also sales. So if you have someone that can sell the service, and if you have someone that can edit the videos for you, then you are scaling, something like that.
True.
And usually it's easier to scale operations.
First.
Because you know how to edit videos very well. Because you have that practice, and you also know how we should record the videos to make it more efficient to the. And then you also know AI. So. And you can focus on sales to like understand how can you do the sales better and better and better.
True. It's a more leverage skill to focus and delegate the operational first.
How was you were a trainee in what kind of company?
Good question. I started working in the marketing of a law firm that help people, like Brazilian people, move to Portugal with passport, visa, and they are still my clients. So as I said, it was a natural move to. I want to continue adding value to you, to the law firm, but I'm also gonna find new clients so I can help more businesses to grow.
Yeah. But how was your first project? I mean,
with them or
the project that made you take the decision.
I thought was a combination of two things. One, we are doing great projects with the law firm, doing live streams and doing content that goes viral and also sell a lot. And then I start receiving messages through other businesses saying, can you do the same thing you were doing with us? And I talk to the law firm. They are still my clients, as I said, and I start doing for the other companies. And yeah, that's more or less what happened.
But you have partners who have how many people are working with you now?
Good. That's a good point because you said about delegation. For me it was also another question you said about the challenges I face, and I think the delegation is a really important part because you can. It's challenging to connect with people and hire them. And for me, I'm doing this same thing. I'm starting to hire editors. So now I have like a team of 10, 15 freelancers that I hire for each specific project.
You manage the freelancers?
Yeah, and I manage them. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So you are not editing or you are still editing?
I'm still editing sometimes. For instance, when a client needs really fast editing and I can edit on my phone, I do it because...
I am his client and it's true.
Yeah.
During the weekend.
Good. During every day, 24/7, we are working, and I really want to bring this value to the clients to be really fast. So I'm training the editors to do the same thing,
Okay.
And that's it.
Do you have partners?
Yeah, like for what specifically?
Not freelancers, but partners like shareholder, like
I have like
business partners.
Yeah. I have
socios.
Yeah, no, it's only me, and like I have my brother and my father. They help me with the vision, but the equity is only
100%.
Yeah,
it's a solo company.
Yeah,
you're a solo entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Okay, that brings me to a good question, and I will you talk about my. Personal experience as a solo founder. It was not something that worked very well for me.
Good. I would love to know your perspective about that.
And after that, on my second company, I have a company with another person. It was Bruno Leonardo.
Okay.
By the way, if you are watching us,
yes.
Hi. Bruno Leonardo he was an education from corporate education professional, and I was technology.
Okay.
So my first company was computer science for kids company, like courses and etc. So I was going to education, and he was an educational professional, like learning technology.
Was a good match.
And this company for teaching coding to kids, I was like a solo entrepreneur, and it was very complicated because it's the thing that we were saying, operation and sales. Yeah.
And marketing sometimes.
Marketing is inside sales. So with Bruno, we created Netflix for corporate education called With Seed. It was sold to BTG Pactual. It was amazing. And we divided that in that it was our... I think one of the best decisions that we made. I will do the operations and Bruno will do the sales. And in sales, it's because there are very different skills and networking.
Yeah, sure.
So I have a very good networking with developers, designers, video producers. So I was in charge of the operations. So and Bruno is in charge of the sales and marketing. So it's sales and marketing is marketing, sales, and customer experience. So we have, for example, events with our clients every month. How we connect these two things? An event every month with our clients, organized by our customer service. And I was in these events, right? And on these events, we extract from the clients what content they want. So we are Netflix, so we need to produce documentaries every month. So I was on the event and we extract that. Okay, then it goes to operations. Then I find, and in these events, our current clients can go and our current clients can invite other colleagues for other companies. So sales, marketing. And on the operation side, so this is the courses that we need to create. I need to find executives. By the way, is there any prospect that are, so I can invite the prospect to be like pressure to record in a very good conditions, etc. And then create the script. Do the recording, the editing, like create the marketing material, like a trailer, to the launch. And every month we were launching 3 documentaries, and that was so this separation between sales, marketing, and customer service, customer success, and the operations is important. And how are you planning for that?
It's actually a good question, because what you're telling me is it's really interesting to connect like a founder that is focusing only on the sales and another one on operation, right? Or it helps you.
You can do it by yourself, but you will be like Jota from operations and Jota from sales.
That's what I'm facing right now. Like
or you can be for example the CEO. That's usually how you are the CEO and have someone in operations, COO, chief and the CMO or CSO, the chief sales officer or chief marketing officer, and you connect them. And as company it's growing, you need a CFO that will take care of finances, etc.
But it's true, like it's a lot of work to do by yourself.
It's common that someone from sales become the CEO. Because the CEO is like the most important representative. Institutionally speaking, also in the events. So it's someone that people trust. Is responsible. It will be the responsibility of the CEO. If something bad happens, you'll be arrested. Depending, So I think you probably you are describing that pain. And right now, how do you solve that?
Right now, I'm doing everything by myself. I'm doing the sales, the marketing, and also starting to connect the editors to do the heavy lifting of operations.
And what tools do you use to organize all this work?
Good question. Now we are using WhatsApp a lot to talk, like to do this really natural contact with our clients. And I know people use a lot of different tools, but we really want to connect with our clients because we like our dream client is to partnership with them in creating content and also creating a content so good that monetizes in the way, so you can create courses and something, and then we partnership with them. So we really,
after WhatsApp, where the WhatsApp, task goes
for the operations, or for operation we use a lot of AIs. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
So
if you like that,
what is the top 3 AI for video producers?
Perfect. So actually we did a video about that went really well, right?
So let's repeat in different way.
Perfect. Okay, so in our podcast you said HeyGen and Opus Clip, right? That are really good ones. So basically HeyGen, you can clone yourself to create content even without recording anything.
If you want to know how HeyGen works, go to my Instagram, Inventor Miguel, Inventor Miguel. Well, if you watch maybe for, I don't know, 4, 5 videos, one of these videos were AI generated.
True.
So guess.
Good.
Yeah. HeyGen, Opus.
Opus Clip is a good one to create short forms from the long form videos, like a podcast like this. I also use CREA AI, to generate pictures and transform them into videos. It helps a lot to do thumbnails and picture images. What else? I use ChatGPT a lot, not only to the simple and basic mode, but to train them to write as I want, So
you have assistants, GPTs.
GPT, yeah.
What plan do you have for ChatGPT?
I think the simple one, the basic one.
$20.
Yeah, this one. You can train your GPT to write as you want. I know they have other plans for assistance, right? Like to go in the web and research for you. I think something.
They have a big. They have the $200 dollars plan.
Yeah.
With that plan, you have access to Pro mode.
Okay.
Is the Pro plan?
Yeah.
And in Pro mode, you have this deep research feature working really well. Yeah, okay. the best one that I use. It's better than DeepSeek. It's better than Grok.
Great.
It's better. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
really good.
Interesting. But the simple plan.
And you also have the operator. So you can please do a book reservation for me, blah blah blah. But it's it's slow. It's too experimental.
So good.
Manus AI released recently. Manus is like something like operated, but that works better. So you can ask AI to do things for you in the internet.
Interesting. But we are using different AIs to help us do that, the operation and the sales side at the same time. But I'm looking forward to grow a lot. So I'm also always talking with people and just.
Are you producing videos only with AI?
Sometimes yes, with the HeyGen. You mean or
no, not with fictional movies.
Like animations or
okay.
Yeah, sometimes we use we generate a picture, image, and then we transform into a video like that, or what do you mean?
Yeah, this brings me to an interesting question. Today we have these tools that you told, CREA AI, for example, or Kling AI, or Sora, or Pika Lab, software that you ask something and they give you a video.
Yeah.
Or you can ask something using a picture or not, so you can describe your movie and you can have your movie.
Exactly.
Okay. Is this movies animations by definition? Because I can create a movie that's not animation. I mean not drawing. It's like I can reproduce this environment using these tools. Is it animation or is it movie? What's how
good? Really interesting question, because I think in the future they are gonna mix in the same thing, maybe, because you can create a picture with AI really realistic that is not real, but you can transform it to a video and it becomes a film. So it's an animation or a film.
Why we will have animations? Because from my perspective, I always understood animations as, in animation you can do things that like in reality it's very complicated. I mean, for example, animals that can speak. So usually you have all these animations or monsters or so things that are very complicated to transform in reality. So because of that, we have animations.
Okay.
But if we can have this in reality, why we will have animations? Do you think that animations will be something, or is there anything special that, for example, kids like more in animations? What do you think about that?
I don't know exactly. I think there's audience for that too, like this specific style of animation for example, kids. But I think it would be really interesting to see how far we can go on the realistic side of things. I think some companies are going to generate the entire the whole movie with only AI and be really undistinguishable from reality. It would be the same as we see like here, and it would be really interesting to see that. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think animations are gonna?
No, I think
finish?
that I think that there are something. I'm not a big fan of animation in general, but I know a lot of people that are. So if you are, tell us here in the comment why. Why you prefer to watch drawing, movie instead of a real world movie. But I think that there's something there that I don't know, and also. AI, when people say, you were saying this, and like it's more, it's not exactly poetic, but when you say AI will do everything, so movie studios will create movies entirely generated by AI. If you think about visual effects, for example, it is AI. So this is. So some humans are operating the AIs. So this thing entirely generated by AI does not mean that the humans were not involved. And the idea is to make, because some things are better, are more optimized to happen in reality instead of using AI, because the level of detail that you need to put in the prompt, it's better. Let's record this. And it will happen. It's not something that will. So we start to have this hybrid. That's my.
No, I also agree. I think you can generate it. The whole film with AI, but you always need someone to generate it, to create, to think. The critical and creative thinking, will always have to be a human.
Totally
creating.
Totally. I'm creating a film with AI. It's a fictional film.
Okay, interesting.
And it's not something AI generate the film for me, because there are a lot of steps also. So you need to create the concept, and you need to create the script, you need to create the characters, and the storytelling, and that. So there are technical ways to do it, and also involving some creativity as well.
True.
And you also spend some time abroad, like me. So you're talking about New York. How did living outside your home country influence the way you think about business and creativity?
Good question. So I'm from Brazil. I moved
from São Paulo.
São Paulo, yeah. And you, Rio de Janeiro, right?
Rio, yeah.
I moved to Lisbon, Portugal, to study marketing at the university.
First you came to Lisbon, and then New York.
No. First New York.
Okay.
With 16 years old, and then I moved here to do the university, and it was great experience for me, life changing, because I always tell people that one really good skill you learn when you move abroad and you move to a different country is you learn to connect with people you don't know, because when you live in your whole life in the same circle of friends and same city, you know everyone, you don't really need to connect with new people. And this skill is really important, because in business, everything is about people, So if you learn how to connect with people, to work with you, create a team, if you know how to connect with people, you can find clients, you can connect with them, and it helps you a lot to do this, even if you are, I don't know, on a party, or if you are doing a business, to connect with people. So it for me was the most important skill I learned it, and I'm still learning to do things like you said, like delegating and stuff like that.
I totally agree. We met in a party.
True. Actually, true.
And because you are starting a new life, you need to. It will be forced. Well, some people come back. You always come back. But if you not fight against, but if you accept as this problem as an opportunity, you can grow a lot. And also you have these expat communities. So you don't need to be in Brazil to meet interesting Brazilians.
True.
So we have a huge Brazilian community in every country, especially in Portugal. And you also have, especially in Lisbon, the expat community. So we have a lot of people from Ukraine, Russia, France, US, England, Spain, Italy. This podcast is about that. So you and there's industry of digital nomads as well. So so it's an industry. It's a huge opportunity. True. But I want to ask about the struggles.
Okay, good.
Of working as an expat.
Yeah. So for me, I love this concept, this principle you said, like to see the struggle as an opportunity, because I think it's the best way to grow. And I did exactly that. So I moved here. It was different accent, Portuguese, a lot of different people from outside speaking in English, different cultures. And it was difficult to connect in the first time, but I saw as an opportunity to grow, to connect. What do you think about that? Like the Lisbon in the market, in the global market?
It is a very interesting international hub. We have people from all countries here, living here, not like here for a vacation, like in Rio. Living here, so wanting to we have this expat industry. So services for people that are not living in your law firm, for example. And Brazilians are amazing. So we have a lot of Brazilians here. So happiness, you know. So it's a happy city. Even in this terrible winter, this cold, this rain, this depressive, like the trees without any green, you know.
I would say that's the bad side of.
But it's the best in Europe. I mean, so back now to video production.
Okay.
And I want to do predictions. Okay.
Let's go.
Future trends. Where do you see video production going the next 5 to 10 years? What will happen?
I think similar to what we said, that you can generate the whole movie, the whole content creation through using AI, but you also always need someone to create this, to critical thinking behind.
But I do think about this VR, AR, drones. What we don't do today, that we will do. Also, this.
I think the VR, the glasses you said.
VR glasses.
The glasses, you can see everything. I'm really curious to see what Neuralink is gonna do with AI and everything.
Neuralink is Elon Musk company that put a chip in your brain.
Exactly. So it's gonna be an interesting future. And I think one prediction that is really interesting, it's yours, that you told me on our podcast about, people at level 0 is going to be, it's going to level 5, but people at level 10 are going to level 100, you know? So it's time in history that you have the opportunity to grow a lot or to stay behind, you know? So I don't know. It's interesting time to live it.
Any advice for upcoming videographers or content creators who want to stand out this rapid technological change?
To really get this opportunity in the right time, I would say start creating content yesterday. Start learning AI to help you leverage the content you are creating. Even if you are a business owner, or even if you starting now, if you have a job, if you are an employee, start creating content, because you can learn a lot in the way to create it and to post it and to engage it with your audience.
Okay, so I'm convinced I will start to create that content now. So What's the next step? How can I create the content? Because I don't have a camera, for example. I don't have a mic.
Okay. You have a cell phone?
I have a cell phone, yeah.
Good. And you are a business owner, or you're just working as...
I don't know. I want to be a business owner, but I...
Good. So I would say you can use your phone to create a content. Not only videos as we are doing right now on a podcast studio, really professional, but you can send a message. A message to someone is a content creation, you know? Mm-hmm. And you can talk with people around you to buy your service, even without having to be prepared to do the service, you know? So, but if you are like someone that they can trust, you can talk with them, you can try to sell, you can try to help them doing something for free. And then you start growing, you start realizing what happened with your service. And then you start generating content from that. So,
but you need to define a niche. You need to define about what you want to talk about.
True.
You don't need to have a product.
Okay.
But for example, I want to talk about video production. But you sell video production services. But but you can start your journey without the product, but talking about
everything is going to be difficult to engage with people.
The first thing is decide your niche.
That's why I think it's a good way to know your customer really well.
Talk to them.
Talk to them, so you realize their struggles, their necessities, and say, maybe I can create content about that, you know. And it's easier to connect. And I think you do this really well. Like, you create a content that really helps people move forward and understand AI better, try and practice. And they say, okay, Miguel is helping me with that. He's not asking me. It's not a content that always trying to push to sell, you know? It's a valuable content. That's what we help businesses do. Like, how can we shift the mindset from asking something to give something valuable? I think it's a good framework to create content.
I was very critical about social media.
Really?
3 years ago. I didn't have social media at all because of Jaron Lanier. Jaron Lanier is an American philosopher and computer scientist as well. The father of VR glasses. It's a very interesting figure. And he have a book about how bad social media are, or something like that. 10 reasons to delete your social media accounts. I think that's the name of the book. Like, irony with the formatting. But I decided to try. 3 years ago. It was something, my team was also, no, you speak well, so you need to do something about it. Okay, I will do during 3 months, 1 video per day. About emerging technologies and agile methodology, productivity. So that was my niche. I don't have a product, don't have that. So I just started every day to record. First, it was 90 seconds video, and it's very complicated to short. So the trick is to make the video as short as possible. So 40. 30 but it's very complicated because when we have the camera you start to talking a lot, so it's art, you know, the way that you cut. That's why video editing is so important. You cannot just delegate to AI. Even my videos that are produced with AI, there's edition there. There's someone planning what we will be said and so This is a good advice. Start producing content.
Good.
Do you think that formal education, is still important in your field?
I think so. I think you can learn everything by yourself. You can start. My best advice would be start acting and practicing during, like now, and learn in the way. But you can also do. You can do a course, you can do university. I think it also helps you. I only would say, like, don't depend a lot only from the educational formal education. You know, don't wait for the education to help you do everything. You know, do by yourself, learn by yourself, learn from your struggles, and then you use the education to help you always be learning and improving. What do you think? Do you like the formal education? You hate?
I don't hate. Yeah, I'm a software engineer. I have a degree.
Okay.
I studied for it should be 5, but it was 7 years. Because when I started, I did electronic engineering, and then I moved to computer engineering because I don't like this hardware. No, I don't like hardware. I'm a software person. Cars, hardware. I don't like. I only like computers, and I like the keyboard and mouse and the voice commands. I don't like the object computer. You know, if there's no object and I can just it will be perfect. So I don't like hardware. And so I was the first class for computer engineering. So it was a very confusing. But I think that you have some years studying a specific journey. It's important because internet you have all these disconnected. Contents are distracting you all the time, and university are something that exists for centuries, and there's a reason for that, and they have these persons without only financial interests, organizing the journey, so to make you more prepared to the world. I mean, so this is something I like this idea, but at the same time I think that it's too much concentrated in the university. So your networking will be there, your learning will be there, your first job maybe will be there. So that's why we call university. It's a city, universal city. So it's a universe. So we can think in more like a distributed, I like this idea of more distributed. And the last question is about this saturated thing. So you start creating content, but at the same time, does the market have a room for new content creators, or is everything saturated to the point that only you need to look to a breakthrough?
Actually, good question. I believe the market will always grow, so that would be always opportunity for people. But going really practical, I think we are living in opportunity in time that you can have no followers. You post a video on TikTok and it goes viral. So even if you never create content before. If you create a content with your phone with no followers, you can have a business with one video. It's crazy to think about that. So I think it's never saturated.
I don't think that you should create content to get followers. You create content to talk to people that can listen.
True.
And in TikTok, this thing is really different because I have all the social medias, because AI can create, organize, structure the content for each social media. And with TikTok, it's different from Instagram, because TikTok, I think that people that I don't know get access to my content. And Instagram, it's pretty much the same kind of people, but in TikTok you have one video with I have videos with millions of viewers in TikTok.
It's crazy.
And the thing is, you will start also to master this communication skill. And you will also develop your language of speaking in public. You will be creating your persona. So this, I totally.
I think it's the best
good advice,
leverage skill you can train.
Yeah. So now we will go to rapid fire questions.
Okay,
my favorite part. So I will do quick questions and
quick answers.
You need to do quick answers.
Okay.
I will be
let's go.
Aggressive. What's the one video editing tool you cannot live without?
CapCut.
Location shoots or video shoots?
Location or studio shoots?
Yeah, location shoots or studio shoots?
Studio.
Why?
Location like outside.
Yeah.
I like studio because you can train really what you. I like both, to be honest, but I love studios because on studio you can really think what's your message, how to improve your message to the world. But I also sometimes we record outside, so
okay, you like the control of the environment.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could have one superpower to help create content, what would it be?
Interesting question. I would say read people's mind. Nothing related to create content, but it's something really important because when you read people's mind, you know exactly what to create.
Yeah, interesting. There's this concept of Isaac Asimov. Okay. Isaac Asimov is American. I think he's Russian, but lived in America. Mm-hmm. He wrote The Foundation. It's like Harry Potter, so it's different books. And they have this psychohistory, science, it's and it's a science that you can predict. You can read minds of a big group of population, but you cannot read the mind of one individual. So you can predict what will happen with the groups, but not with the individual. Interesting. And they are in different planets. So it's a very, very futuristic. He's one of inspiring these AI things. He's one of the science fiction writers. Yeah. If you could only use one social media platform for the rest of your life, which one you choose?
I would say WhatsApp. Can I?
Okay.
Yeah.
I accept.
Yeah.
If your camera could talk, what would be its catchphrase?
Give value. Bring more value to people. I don't know.
Which fictional character would you hire as your on-screen presenter?
Fictional character. I don't know. I'm not a fiction guy a lot, to be honest. A movie character, like could be a series. I don't know. I would say Michael Scott from The Office. It's a funny guy. Just to
good, good.
What would you choose?
Who would you choose? It's so complicated to answer that. I will use my power of just do the questions.
I don't know.
If your editing software were an animal, which animal it would be and why?
Cheetah, I think, because it's fast.
And aliens landed in Earth and asked you about video production tips. What is your one sentence piece of advice?
They are friends or enemies?
You don't know.
You don't know. If they are friends, I would say create a content that really people need and want, so they can resonate with them. If they are enemies, I would say the opposite, like ask people something in your content. If
you had a camera drone following you around 24 hours, 7 days a week, what 10 music would play?
Good. I don't know, I would say Seu Jorge. I don't know.
It's a Brazilian singer.
Yeah, I like his songs.
Well, Jota, thank you so much for the conversation. It was amazing. I think that our audience will have some inspiration and also practical tips to move forward in this entrepreneurial journey. What is your last words, and also how people can find you in the social media?
Thank you so much, Miguel. It was a pleasure to be here. I really appreciate the time. I hope we could bring some value to everyone watching the episode. You can follow me on social media, Jota Ferreira or João Pedro Ferreira, my real name, and my company, contentizy.com, contentizy.com. And that's it. Thank you so much. My message would be create now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Create now. And that's it. Thank you, Miguel, so much.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video, follow the channel, and comment here. I made some questions during the episode. And
Good.
and
True.
What other topics you want to listen?
Perfect.
Okay. See you. Bye.
See you.